this week is opening the virtual freeze. First, I would like to know what's the ambience in London now in terms of business, in terms of curiosity of the collectors. Do they come to the gallery? What's going on?
Actually, I think we are pretty lucky, but the business is good in London. We opened with two major exhibitions, which is Baselit's new body of work, and the first time Baselit's doing sculpture since almost a decade.
Yes.
Painting and sculpture, obviously. And we opened with a very apropos show of Jan Vaux in a large gallery of Bermondsey. And Jan Vaux created, I have to say, an incredible experience and very accurate show, which is actually relating what we are experiencing today, and on many layers, politically, economically.
And that means that people bought Baselit's and Jan Vaux.
So to end on my thinking, that means that people first are visiting the gallery because we are bringing to people important and exciting shows. So people are coming. Obviously, there are some security measure around it, but people are okay and are literally booking a lot to come into the gallery. So that's great news. And sales followed completely. The Jan Vaux show is almost sold out. Baselit's show has been an incredible success.
Because for Baselit's work, it's more than €1 million, right? The big paintings.
It was between €380,000 to €975,000.
And what about Jan Vaux?
And Jan Vaux, the price range was, is between €300 for the letter. That is further the ongoing edition, very well known, is a kind of signature edition. So €300 to €400,000.
Okay, so let's speak about your proposal for Freeze. What are you going to show? And you have a special strategy online.
We do not have a special strategy, but obviously the gallery Y-Cube, like many other galleries the last few months, took a particular attention to our digital platform. So these last 6 months allowed us to perform and to improve all our digital experience. And I hope that, I think it's been quite successful, and we realize that private viewing rooms are much more visited, and people enjoy much more the digital experience we propose today than the one we were proposing in March, which was a bit boring, I have to say. You have to be honest, we've been completely surprised, so, and we were not an industry, we are about experience and physicality, and, I still believe that it's extremely important to experience physicality in art and your relation to an artwork. So we were not an industry prepared to this digital revolution. So the last 6 months has been extremely productive in order to propose a much more exciting experience for our audience. And we can see that with the audience now, because we have possibility to.
So what have you done?
We just created much more exciting viewing room, with the experience, with talk, with three-dimensional experience, with much more content in terms of collaboration with curators from different institutions. For example, for the Jan Vaux show, we collaborate with one of the main curators of the National Gallery. We just creating more exciting content, more things for people to read, just not stupid, boring PDF, that people receive ton of them. So no, I'm happy to say that Y-Cube literally catch the train on that, and that we've become one of the most exciting digital platforms.
Okay, the fighter, but tell me precisely.
And for Freeze, we are extremely pleased to present a new body of work by Tister Gates, which recently had a show at the Palais Tokyo last year in France, at the Fondazione Prada, at the Kunstmuseum in Basel. And Tister Gates is,
but he's a performer above all, right?
Performance is part of his practice,
but that's where he really expressed himself, because he has such an energy, which is amazing.
I mean, he definitely expressed himself in performance, and he has such an incredible energy, as you say. But he's an incredible conceptual artist, you know, and his sculpture, and now his new body of work, which are ceramics, are actually very powerful and very meaningful. There's so many layouts in Tiester's work and in his creation that we are very lucky to explore now in this show. New body of work of ceramics, but also a kind of continuity of the show we had at the Kunsthaus in Bregenz with the book sculpture, which...
and the ceramic inspired by Japan?
By Japan, exactly.
Because it was a very important period for him to be in Japan, right? He understood something.
Intellectually and also, I mean, he made a lot of connection between what Japan experienced after war and this necessity that Japanese people had to protect their own culture, when obviously American and the rest of the Western world was a bit colonizing their culture, and the way that Japan had to protect their handicraft, their arts,
and so it's a unique ceramics. What is it?
Unique ceramics, yeah.
Unique, and what are the prices for that?
And the price are between 100 and around 100,000, and price go for the sculpture or for
100,000 what?
Dollars, sorry, $100,000 to $500,000.
D'accord. And it's a solo show?
It's a solo presentation for Freeze, yeah, a solo show.
You are very radical.
Yeah, I mean, Freeze was always a fair that allow us to be radical and to have this, to give the possibility to our artists to do a larger presentation. Last year in the physical Freeze, we had a solo presentation of Jack Lerner and Virginia Overton. If you remember well, you came on the booth to interview us last year. So
don't say that, I interview you too much.
It was last year. It's fine, once a year.
But, okay, and do you have other work from him? For example, woodwork?
So we have, if you remember his famous show at Bregenz, he had this book wall sculpture, which are relating to what he called negrophilia, and it's a kind of encyclopedia of what the white people will think or they will describe black culture over the century and over the last decades. And also Tiester acquired the Johnson Publishing Company archive a few years ago. If you remember well, the Kunstmuseum show, it was called Black Madonna, and it was about the black woman figure that a magazine like Jet magazine, like other magazines, and so all these book wall sculpture are relating to this body of work and to the Johnson Publishing.
And how did the price rise in the last years for him? What's the evolution of the prices for Siesta Gate?
I mean, the last.
Since when do you have Siesta Gate in your gallery?
More than almost 10 years, yeah.
Okay, so 5 years ago, what were the prices for Siesta Gates, the range of prices?
It's the body of work, but price obviously are following the museum representation of the artist, the museum exhibition, the museum placement. I mean, many important institutions the last 5 years acquired important body of work, and I'm not speaking about one work, I'm speaking about different work. Because
so what can we say? Can we say that the prices increased like for 50% in 5 years?
No, not 50%. No. I will say, yeah, I mean, prices to maybe around 10% every year. I mean, 5 to 10%, but maybe 30%, yeah, since 5 years.
Okay. Bon, super.
But what's more important to say is that institutions all around the world are really following his work, and this is the main purpose of what we
yes, that's for sure.